Well, Joe Biden, the DNC, and joint fundraising committees pulled in a whopping $364.5 million in the month of August. So to chat about candidate fundraising, we're joined now by Sheila Krumholz, Center for Responsive Politics Executive Director. Sheila, thank you so much for joining us. This is one of my absolute favorite topics. So first, I want to get your thoughts on this figure. In their release, the Biden campaign said that it is the best month in political history, and it is happening amid a pandemic. What are your thoughts on nearly $365 million raised in just the month of August?
That's right. It would be a jaw-dropping figure in any circumstance, but particularly given the economic fallout from the pandemic. It's really astonishing that the Biden campaign and the DNC have been able to break records, and not by a little bit. The prior monthly fundraising record was Obama's in September 2008, when he raised $193 million, so far less than what the Biden camp did this time.
I'm wondering, you're someone that tracks campaign finance. Is it too simple to say for anyone at home, oh, hey, the Democrats are raising the most money. Trump is trailing in the polls right now. So surely this is an indicator that Joe Biden is favored to win. Isn't it a little bit more nuanced than that? Or can you at least highlight the importance that money does play in the role of success for any candidate?
Money is absolutely essential. You cannot win without it in U.S. politics, especially at the national level and especially in the race for the White House. But at some level, when there is relative parity or sufficient resources, it really goes beyond the money. You need to have all of the other boxes checked: great campaign organization, great charisma with the voters, a good campaign message, platform, et cetera. So money is essential, but on its own, it is never enough. And right now, we know that so far, based on what the Biden campaign has announced, this isn't based on reports to the Federal Election Commission, but just what the Biden campaign has announced. So far, we know that they've broken records. We don't have the comparable figures yet for Trump. So we'll see what numbers they announce for their August tally. But it is still, having said all of that, it is still astonishing. And of course, unusually good numbers and welcome news for nervous Democrats.
So speaking of Trump, he's actually the top spender for advertising on Google. And though we don't yet have his numbers, even if Joe Biden bests him, as a reminder for everyone at home, President Trump has done incredibly well during this fundraising session, and his coffers right now, the amount of money that he has on hand is actually staggering, and does best, at least prior to this, what Joe Biden has. So we'll have to see what those comparative numbers are. But Sheila, what does all of this big money raised mean for us, the voters, especially in how much money has gotten involved in politics?
Well, of course, they're spending it on getting the message out at this point. Everyone knows the candidates, so they want to know what policies they embrace, what their message is. So they're spending this money on ad time. We can expect that for Biden, those $365 million will make it both to our TVs and our mailboxes, but also, most importantly, for both Trump and Biden, our computer and our phone screens. There's a ton being spent on Google and Facebook and other political advertisements online. And so we're already being bombarded, and it will only deepen as we head into November.
All right, well, we'll have to leave that conversation there. And I kind of just want to remind everyone, because as I said, this is one of my favorite topics. The Center for Responsive Politics has opensecrets.org, which is a wonderful tracker of a lot of the money raised, the rise of dark money, super PACs. So I just wanted to direct everyone to that resource that might want to check it out themselves. Sheila Krumholz, Center for Responsive Politics Executive Director. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Kristin.
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.